How's it going, people? Welcome back to the Supporters Club Deadline Day special. Obviously, we've gone through Denis Suarez already, so what I want to discuss now is, have we made a mistake in not signing a defender this January? I've got with me Claude, a regular. I've got Beya from CheekySport and Deluded Gooner back again. So, guys, let me start with Claude. How do you feel about us not signing a defender this January?
Well, if it was down to me, I'd get rid of a lot of them at the moment, what we've got at the moment.
Yeah.
But we can't, but I think we should have added. I think, but what's available? You've got to look at what is available. Gary Cahill is, but is he going to be the answer? I'm not so sure.
Not for me, no.
Because he's not, and also he hasn't played in at all hardly this season.
Yeah.
So he's not going to be match fit, is he? Exactly. Coming in. There might be the right back position needs strengthening because no Beya in at the moment. We're now down to Lichtsteiner, who's probably better off on a ski slope than on a football pitch, and we got Cole Jenkinson. But I'm not too bad with Cole at the moment. If I had a choice, keep him there in the right back. Mustafi, I've got I'm not a big fan of Mustafi.
Yeah.
He's an excellent way to have him. Koscielny is very injury prone.
Yeah.
And left back, I would have liked to see us try and get that. Is it Rodriguez left back?
Oh, the Swiss one.
Yeah.
The Swiss one. We was linked to him a couple of years ago. When we was linked to him originally, I would have liked that. I think he's a pretty good fullback.
But we've got a major problem, isn't it? And I'm quite surprised we've not looked at. This should have been done December, looking what we're going to get in January. Yeah. We know we've got major problems in defence, and we've not done it. And we've not even looked at a defender, have we?
That's typical.
All we're looking at is wingers, where we've got midfield players.
Yeah. Yeah, this could be the Turkish and Claude show right now. I see Joe smiling over there. How do you feel, Joe?
Ad-libs, like, that's typical. I was thinking, you lot are getting on like a house on fire, bro.
This is my older right here.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Man, no wonder why you get on. But yeah, for me, of course we want to see it. We would have liked to see a defender. Do you know what I mean? Like, no matter how political I can be sometimes, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to lie, you would have wanted to see someone, innit? But sometimes then you do look at the market and you see, well, what's available for loan?
Yeah.
Because it's not as easy loaning quality players as people might think. Do you know what I mean? Like, how many good centre-back players are available for a loan till the end of the season or maybe longer? Because the truth is, if they are good, they will be playing in their team or they're important enough to be in their squad. You know what I mean? I think the Gary Cahill thing was an option, but when you see where Chelsea are at the moment, I would not let go of Gary Cahill. Number one, for Arsenal, Arsenal, who are going for top 4. And secondly, the experience that Gary Cahill brings alone, even if he doesn't play, it's almost like what Mertesacker did for the team. That's why where Mertesacker is now, is working with the youth a lot, because, he was done playing like almost two and a half years ago, but you can't put in leadership, it's key, and they're just not knocking around like you want them to, man. I think
there's Bailey at Man United. I suppose he's very unsettled there, isn't he?
Well, we say that, but that was against Wenger, and that was for a few months. From what I know, and believe me, I got Man United friends, at CheekySport. It was they like him. He's an all-action defender. Yeah. It's like when they used to like Carrera, but then some things happen, you fall out with the manager or whatever. They're not letting that guy go. They have nothing. They don't have anything there. Lindelof's their star man over there besides Bailly. So he's not going anywhere. As far as I'm concerned, for us, I look at it and I think, you know what? I can understand why we could have struggled to centre-backs, right, and strikers. Good quality are the hardest to find in the football market these days.
Especially on loan. It's impossible.
On loan, come on.
Yeah. Deluded, what are you saying about?
For me personally, it depends how you look at it, because I agree with Claude and Joel. It is where it is at this moment in time. I'd have personally loved the centre-half to come in. We was linked with a whole host of centre-halves, particularly from La Liga. I like how Unai was very transparent in the press conferences and saying he doesn't have money and things like that, because Arsenal typically don't do things like that. We've known we've needed a centre-half. I hear all of this stuff about the loans and there's not many quality players, and a lot of that's true, but we're Arsenal Football Club. They've got not millions of scouts, but hundreds of scouts and stuff like that. And Mislint has to have reports. I know he's leaving out the club, but there has to have been dialogue we're in January now, from the summer, in regards to targets, in regards to centre-half.
There should be a whole 12-month
portfolio
on defence.
He's gone, hasn't he?
All of these centre-halves we're talking about being quality, they are quality, but they've got to start somewhere. I know it's not as easy as I'm saying it, but if you can't go for the stars or do something with the loans, then then what are we doing in regards to scouting?
But I'm sorry, I'm not being funny, but then that comes in, then you're going to have people like Claude getting at people like Mustafi, who might not be, in your opinion, might not be up to scratch, but that's all there is at the moment right now. That's available on loan.
But then you have
it's
to
a
wonder.
tough
But
market.
then you have to wonder, what are we looking for? Because first and foremost, in any position, regardless, we're talking about centre half. You got to look for basic competency. Can he do the job? Arsenal can find centre halves that can ball play and stuff, and we have done. But there's something going wrong, and I actually can't accept it. We're at where we're at. They clearly moved away from going for a centre half and things like that, and it's good that we got Suarez, but we're Arsenal Football Club. We have to find a centre half or someone that's competent. That being said, I have sympathy for Unai because we know we needed 2 centre halves, but there's been a lot of injuries. Mavropanos has just come back. Mustafi, I don't think much of him, but he's there as a body. So we've kind of probably got enough bodies.
Haven't we got enough players without adding Suarez into that position as well?
No, we're still...
Not ball carriers.
The bench though, man.
Someone that can carry the
depending how
ball
we
from
use it.
their half to our half. I feel like Iwobi's probably our best at that, and that's a problem.
So he's coming in, because I don't know much about the player. I don't know, I've not really watched, but what I can see is very limited in appearances for these clubs, which don't say a lot. But is he really, I mean, is he any better, is he any better than Ramsey? Is he better than Ramsey?
Probably not, in my opinion. Probably not.
Coming to
Probably
complement
so,
what we
yeah.
have.
Do you know what I'm
It comes
saying?
back to
I
the
mean,
loan
what I'm
option
trying to
again.
say.
You're not going to get a loan player better
But
than
then
Ramsey.
that's the problem then, because you're saying we've got a player in, Claude, and you're saying, oh, but is he good enough? We haven't got anyone in. Then it's like, oh, but we need someone in. It's like,
It's a fine
No,
balance.
but I know what
Obviously,
you're saying.
the club can't
You
please
know,
everyone,
like-
of course. We
Yeah,
know.
I know what you're
But you
saying,
know
but-
what it is as well? Arsenal Football Club has done this to us. It's not our fault that we're playing with a thin line.
Shouldn't we be going for someone like Malcolm, who looks...
But then you've got to look at the wages,
Or
mate.
Carrasco,
Yeah,
who
the
looks...
structure of the deal, 'cause
Or
we did try and
Carrasco,
get him in
yeah?
summer.
Why can't we get a deal like that over the line?
Do you know how much he's getting paid at the moment in China?
Yeah, he's a madman.
What's he getting paid in
Not
China?
what me and you are getting paid.
Well, what is he getting paid in China?
A lot.
180, I think.
A lot. Put it
Well,
this
you
way.
say that we've got Mkhitaryan on nearly
Yeah, yeah.
200
Yeah,
grand
then
a
that
week.
means you can't have 2
You
or 3
can't
or
add
4
to
or
it,
5
yeah.
players on that kind of money.
Someone
So then
needs
you've
to-
got
whole
the
thing.
structure.
What it boils
Summer,
down,
really.
what it boils
Until the
down
summer,
is
basically.
the previous management, like Wenger and Gazidis, have left us in a bloody mess,
100%.
an absolute mess.
I think we can all agree
And
with that.
it'll be funny.
I don't know about that.
Not
There's
just them
two
two, the culture
players,
of the whole
two players
football. I
don't know
currently,
about that.
two players currently on
As much
500
as
grand a week at our football club. They're not even playing hardly.
Yeah,
What does that tell you about the mess of this man?
You've got to look at it like this.
The man you all cheered,
Look,
the man
you've
you
got
all
to-
cheered off the
you've got-
pitch.
you've
You
got to
all
look
cheered
like
him
this.
off the pitch. You all cheered him off the pitch, right? All cheered him, gave him that great send off. Not me. I was at that stadium quick.
I'll do it again.
You would you?
Yeah, I would.
What, the mess he's left this club in? The mess he's left this fucking club
You've
in.
got to remember this, right? Let's be realistic. Let's not take a snapshot of what we're talking about. Let's look at the situation, right? We were in dire stress. It was either Sanchez and Ozil both going, or one of them going and one of them staying. The truth is, it's fantastic.
Because of the previous manager who went on record to say, I think it's good that the players finish their contracts. Didn't he say that?
Claude,
Of course he
The
can say
previous manager said it.
Claude, let me tell you, right? When you're negotiating, right, there's something called player power. And at that time, it was either lose both of them, potentially, for free or for whatever prices, you know, Sanchez has gone for money, of course, or, you know what I mean, you keep one of them. And sometimes to keep someone, you'll be in a powerful position. Look at Theo Walcott. How was he able to manage to
100%.
negotiate that 100 grand a week deal, whatever he did? It's
And that-
because, you know,
yeah,
it comes
so
from...
Who's giving Mkhitaryan 300 grand a week?
Well, that's what it cost, because he
Plan.
come from freaking Man United and he was on high money. He's not going to come down
You're
for no
forgetting
money,
his
is he?
agent as well, Ranyola.
Yeah,
He isn't good
We
enough
got
for 300 grand a week. Can you tell me?
But you know what?
The
Like,
Everton game.
We just don't have enough
but listen,
succession planning when
you
it comes
see
to
the
contracts and
5
decision
years
making.
ago, 6 years ago, we was a club that wouldn't even pay a player 100 grand a week, yeah? Now, I agree a lot with what Claude said, and I agree a bit with what Joel said. Now, take us 6 years ago. How did we go from a club that doesn't pay a player 100k to 6 years later, we're a club that's paying everyone over the top wages?
But it's relative,
That's mismanagement.
though.
That's
It's
when it comes to
relative, though.
succession
'Cause
planning.
no, look, man, the recession, bro. Let's be honest with you. Not recession, sorry, right, recession. When you're looking, it's all relative. What anyone was getting paid 6 years ago was not what they're getting paid now. West Ham players are on
No,
that
I
kind of
agree
money
with that. I
sometimes.
agree with that. But that change has happened to every club in the world. What I'm talking about is, why have Arsenal gone from a self-sustaining model where you're not paying anyone over 100k and you're letting go people over 30 or offering a year contract? At the time, cool, I understand why you're doing that. But in the 6 years since, when the money and the revenue has opened up, we've gone from a club that overly cautious about spending money on wages to a club that's
Nonchalant.
all
Yeah,
of a
but
sudden nonchalantly
who said
spent.
we-
Well, but the
who said
problem
we're
is,
nonchalant? You,
The problem is
we're not.
the
Keep it 100. There's a bag of
too many average players over the top. We pay too many average players over the top.
There's players that has passed it now.
Selling jackets on £100,000 a week, mate. It's criminal.
You got to look at certain players.
We gave an extension.
Sorry, go on. Selling jackets on £100,000 a week, that is absolute criminal.
No, I would just say.
What does he do to the team? Tell me what he did to the team.
I would just say, I believe in football nowadays, it doesn't matter if they're going down 1 year contract. You need to know what you're doing within 2 years of that player. We're playing catch up. Look at Liverpool. A lot of they're being praised and things like that because of what they're doing on the sporting field. Yeah, exactly. Go and look at what they're paying their players. Our problem is I don't even think it's paying players. It's successive planning. Why did we get in that mess with Alexis? I agree with you. We got a good deal out of it. We were given lemons and we made lemonade. But we didn't face up to it in the summer. 60 million he could have went to City. Ramsey last year could have been sold as much as I love him. And now we're in a place where 40 million players.
I hear that. I hear what you're saying.
You don't plan.
Look at Gazidis, that's an example. Gazidis, yeah? He put Mesut on £350,000 a week. Yeah, he doesn't want it.
At the time,
he doesn't want Milan.
At the time, our balls were
he doesn't want him at Milan, does he? He doesn't want him at Milan, does he?
We have to keep it 100.
You've got to understand.
You tell me why he doesn't want him at Milan.
Everyone was calling for it at the time.
If we had lost Ozil, even if we got money, we would. Everyone, how could we? We would have been sitting there.
No, we lost Ramsey for nothing. So what difference does it make?
Let's be honest with you. Last year when we were talking about Ramsey wasn't the superstar that he is this season, you know. When Ramsey was in and out, we were looking at players, and a lot of players were saying, last year you would have kept Ozil over Ramsey.
When has Ozil been the superstar for the last couple of years?
Just
Can you tell me?
Who, Ramsey?
Ozil has not been superstar for 2 years,
still would have
has
kept him when he was fighting for that contract, man. He was having games of his life.
2-3 years ago. The last 2 or 3 years, when has Ozil turned up in a big away game?
I picked up on something. You said last year Ramsey wasn't the player. That's correct.
When has he turned up in a big away game?
You can make decisions. You can make decisions. Like he just said, Ramsey was out of form last year and he wasn't the flavour of the month. This year he is. That's where it comes down to tying your contracts down. Because if he was in good form now and you want to get rid of him, you can. Now he's leaving for free.
You know what's good that we've touched on now? I'm going to bring it back to the defenders. But what we've touched on is correct because it leads me on to my next point.
There's another one, Mustafi, £90,000 a week. What was that all about?
Bad signings happen. Bad signings. That's what I'm saying. Keep it short. People are saying
another thing, Joe, I would say about Wonder, he paid 35 million for Mustafi, yet he turned down Van Dijk for 12 million. Don't tell me that's good management. Don't tell me that's good management.
Hold his hands up for that.
At the time, you're not going to be able to get everything right. Jose Mourinho hasn't got everything right. He's you know what I mean? Besides what he's done recently, he's successful. Pep Guardiola.
I don't see anyone queuing up to take him on as a manager at the moment, do you?
Who?
Mr. Wenger. I don't see anyone queuing him up.
For all you know, he could be on a break. He could be on gardening leave. I don't know.
Joe, Claude, listen. So let's say, obviously the mismanagement of the club is a debate in itself, but let's say we have this whole loan option in January. I mentioned in the previous episode, and we were talking off camera. We can only loan players. Let's say, Claude, it's because they have realised the situation we're in. They have realised their mismanagement. Wait 1 second, Claude. They've realised the mismanagement of the club, and they're saying, we might as well not sign anyone now in a panic and be left in the same situation in 3 years. We might as well wait till the summer. Now, when the summer comes, if we go and sign a Koulibaly, if we go and sign go in for Alderweireld. He's got a 25 million release clause. He doesn't have to move home. We can offer him more wages than Tottenham. Go in. If we start moving like a big club off the back of this, clearing out the mismanagement, which I agree with you. I agree more with you than Joe there because we have been mismanaged. But if this is now, January's come, there's no point in signing players. Let's loan them 6 months and then in the summer have this overhaul. Would you be happy then?
Of course, yeah, but will it ever get solved? Will it get solved? You know what I mean?
Question.
And all these people that moan about the owner, they're the same people in 2000 when Chelsea about me. Oh, I don't want to be like that. I don't want to buy the title. I don't want this. Yeah,
but it's not.
You want the self-sustaining. You want self-sustaining, but then when you don't get investment.
Then he went and spent 75 million. We just have to accept that times have changed.
Self-sustaining can work. It's just the ambition.
We just don't. If you want self-sustaining, you're not going to get someone investing. You can't have it both ways.
When we have opportunities, we don't do it. That's where the issue is. You can be self-sustaining. We just don't know what we're doing with it. We haven't addressed certain areas that historically have needed to be addressed.
We need strikers.
Okay, we've got Torreira finally. Years we needed Torreira. Years we needed Aubameyang and Lacazette. We still need a centre half. We're still calling for a centre half. We'll sign 2 centre halves in the summer and still call for a centre half.
All we need is defenders.
We don't. If you're honest,
all we need is.
Alright, so if we sign 2 centre halves, you think that's
need
okay?
defenders.
So if you think we sign 2 centre halves, what do you think that's a team
This way,
able to
alright,
achieve?
let me put it down
That's
for you.
false. You need about 2
No,
wingers, a couple midfielders,
let me tell you.
options off
This
the
is
bench.
round it up now, Joe. Round it up.
If he comes back, that's
we've got
another
Reece
story.
Nelson,
Look at the
right?
depth.
We've got Reece Nelson. We've got my man Danny Suarez, who could be what's called a gem. He could be. I would take them. Then you've got all your midfield set, whether you like it or not, because no one else is going anywhere. Then you've got your midfield set. What's it? Danny Suarez, the guy that's just come to us now, and then Reece Nelson coming back because I want him to stay. And then you've still got people like Emil Smith-Rowe. We don't know what's going to happen over there. Up front, we've got our strikers waiting for Danny Welbeck to come back. In defence, we get a few defenders, mate. And you know what? We're right back in there. So that's what I'm saying.
I hear that, but it's
no, he won't be
because his contract's up now.
But
I don't think we're going to renew
But you don't know that because there's not a lot of good strikers in the market at the moment, and he's proven to score goals.
Well,
and
it's a big risk with his injury record to keep him on another season.
Then you can leverage, and he's not going to be able to command a crazy figure. The club will be in control there. It's not the same as a Ramsey situation where it's a standoff, saying, okay, I want this, okay, no, we're not willing to pay that, and then, okay, you part ways. The truth is, if Welbeck leaves Arsenal, he's not going to be able to go to any other top 6 club.
But I think we need to be a bit more ambitious. We need to be a bit more ambitious than this.
We need to let Welbeck
We're going to rely on Danny Welbeck.
We need to release wages.
He scores goals.
What goals does Welbeck score? When has he scored 20 in the league? When? He's in decent form until he got injured. Let's stop being silly. He's a squad player.
Sometimes,
people like that need to be gone. I love Welbeck. I love
that. What I'm saying is sometimes, it will take something to spark off a player.
Of course, but you
can't look at how he was playing and say, oh, we got to sell him.
I didn't say sell him.
No sense.
If you look at it without emotion, we're talking about an overhaul. We're talking about several things. Welbs is on good money. I've got nothing against the player.
What's good money?
Come on, you know what he's on, man. He's near enough. He's near enough. We'll Google it. We need to make several changes. People need to get off.
It's a lot of money for someone that's not playing.
The likes of Welbs, cool, he's been a good serviceman. I actually want to keep him, but if you look at it without emotion, he does need to go. I love Koscielny. He's not the player he is. He'll probably stay because he's of captain and things like that. He needs to free up wages. There's several things. We're in a difficult position now.
Decisions have to be made. Wages, but do you reckon when he goes and he replaces those players, you reckon he's going to be able to? They're going to be able to go and get people on lower wages?
Okay,
no, but this is today's football.
Yeah. So you still need to free up. You still need to free up wages where they can if you really want to be self-sustaining. Not only is it taking up a possible spot in the team, it needs to be freed up. You heard Unofficial himself saying departures need to happen in the summer.
Now, you know
these things are going to happen.
All 3 of you actually make solid points, and this is the.
You can't say a rebuild and not want to let players go.
This is an Arsenal transfer window. This is what an Arsenal transfer window does to us. Because us as a fan base, we've been through so many different types of windows. We've been through a window where we've signed Ozil, where we signed Sanchez. We've been through a window where we get banged 8-2 and signed Arteta and Park.
And a window when we buy someone that's not failed a fucking medical.
Well, Kim Cashin for 2 months in January. So just to round it up, obviously.
Another thing Wenger done.
It was 2 months.
Claude, let that one go.
Can you buy a player that's failed a medical?
A lot of players fail medical.
One sec.
Do you think people don't fail medicals?
Happens
all the time.
Claude, Deluded. One sec. Is rounding this up now. We're going to continue this later. We've got a special episode coming later with more transfers. Obviously, Joel won't make that upset about that because he's got heated opinions. But what I'm going to say is I think we're all in agreement that if this whole January transfer window without signing a defender and only getting a loan player is for the greater good that in summer we rebuild our team properly, we're all for it. But if this whole January period passes and we get into the summer and it's the same old Arsenal, then I think we can agree that it's going to be problems again next season. So
but the thing you round it off there. But the thing is, we hear this every year. Oh, well, in the next summer we'll do this, and it drags on year and year.
This summer we had hardly any money, and we did what we could with the amount of money that we had.
Yeah,
so things
I keep doing this. Let's wait till next summer. And then let's wait till next summer. It happens and it continues.
Midfielders this summer and Socrates.
It could be better, but it's not.
Let me, because you know what, I'm with you, but you know what this January showed me, along with the fact that I said the loan thing might be for the greater good. We've got a manager that's come out and said we've got no money in the first week of January. We've got a manager that has said we're actually interested in Denis Suarez in the first week of January. So that has changed.
That tells the truth. Yeah.
Exactly. So that's changed. So let me give this a chance.
Not someone that actually tells us
lies and
puts
us down. Yeah, exactly. But you know what, Claude? Thanks for coming down. You're going to be on our special show later for the transfer. So save all this energy.
Sorry.
Joe, CheekySport, thanks for coming back. I think you two need a show coming up soon.
I'm coming back for it, man. Ty, I got your back. Don't worry, man. We're wearing hats for a reason. You get me?
Ty, it's me and Claude against you and Joel next, and Deluded Gooner, obviously. Thanks, gents, for coming out. This has been Supporters Club. Obviously, leave in the comments, do you think we've made a mistake not signing a defender? Which one of the guys do you agree with? Who's made the best points? And just let us know in the comments.